Welcome to a companion-centric episode. All companions. Only companions. Companions. But before we get real friendly, a quick recap. Bagunga, head of Dresden government, used precious taxpayer money to fund a drunk man's wild delusions. The party walked into a cave and got their ass beat by the future. And finally, the gang. No time. He's back. As the party were leaving Dresden for their usual shenanigans, they encountered a group of cultists, and among them was Warchief. He's back. Retaining his ultimate good boy status, he calls off his new cultist goons and has a chat with the party. He explains that he ran during the gargoyle attack because he felt that the crusade was getting hard ratioed. No. While he was randomly wandering, he came across this band of cultists and managed to convince them that he was some sort of demon leader / prophet. His use of shadow magic and the fact that he's still wearing the amulet from episode 2, I remember, earned him the nickname Crescent Moon of the Abyss. Speaking of the amulet, ever since he put that bad boy on, his shadow has become way more talkative than before. Which was, not at all. During these conversations, it mentions that he should fear a demon called Voatial, because it's currently hunting down the Moon of the Abyss. The name of the amulet. Woljif wants the party's help getting out of this shitty situation, and in return he promises to never, ever leave again, forcing Sela to return to her dusty, friendless corner back in Dresden. Out of character, I don't know what happened to him during his time off, but Woljif is a fucking menace. Out here, one-shotting giant enemies, complete fucking lunatic, 50 damage a hit freak. Anyway, the gang managed to track down Voatial using the aid of Woljif's surprisingly descriptive shadow. It's a giant crab-armed pig thing, and it seems to be working under the orders of Hebzamira, Demon Lord Baphomet's favorite daughter. Before fighting, it calls Woljif the spawn of Icphilis, which is the demon that all tieflings derive from. Just some quick cute little lore for you.
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
Samir them.
Make every strike count.
Cover me, all right?
Having been utterly dumpstered, Voatial teepees away with its thick, throbbing crab tail tucked between its bulbous demon crab thighs. Finally free from demon gaze, mostly, Woljif takes a sigh of relief and, just like last time, opens up a little. He says that ever since he picked up that amulet, his magical power has drastically increased. And, his shadow gained consciousness. He feels powerful, but also fearful that he's not ready for this kind of power. In an effort to comfort him, Bagunga promises to keep an eye on him and support him through whatever happens next. Woljif, slightly more content, mentions that he believes that Icphilis was / is his grandfather, and it's why this extremely sought-after amulet was left with his grandmother. Unfortunately, Woljif has no actual idea what the amulet is supposed to do, so for now he will hang out with his new shadow friend and enjoy his augmented magical power. Alright, now that that's squared away, time for the next companion quest. But before we do that, please consider dropping a like and sub to help kickstart this rotting corpse that is my channel's algorithm. Anyway, Lon walks into the command room and asks Bagunga for a favor. He wants the party to return to Conabrius and help out the mongrels who still dwell beneath the city. They could also serve as added military strength. So Bagunga saddles up and readies for a trip down memory lane. Arriving back in Niathelholm, the party notice that the mongrel village has been reduced to ruins, and is now taken over by corrupted mongrels. Clearly overleveled, the party cut through them like a 1,000-degree knife through human flesh.
This one's mine.
As they're getting slaughtered, they keep saying one name. That's right, you guessed it. Episode 1's very own Wenduag. Round of applause, everybody. Round of applause. Deeper in, they come across Chief Soul. The man is bloodied and bruised. His teeth are shattered, forcing the writers to emulate a lisp in text form. He says that when Lan left, Wenduag came back and started fucking with the village, eventually corrupting most of their minds and establishing control. Lan, clearly pissed, grabs the party and rushes over to her last known location. She's found in a small cave, surrounded by corrupted mongrels. Wenduag begins boasting about her newfound strength, and belittles the great and mathematically perfect Bagunga. So, of course, an overleveled woljif shoots 2 force balls into her abdomen, forcing most of her bones to cease their existence. Barely able to breathe, she begins begging for her life, saying that she, once again, has seen the error of her ways. She now sees that Bagunga is truly the greatest, and she, once again, offers her services, even if it means becoming a slave. Lan is clearly devastated. Watching his old friend reduced to groveling for any crumb of power is quite depressing, but he knows it must be done. For the crime of at some point disposing of Diego, the party's very first animal companion, Bagunga lifts up his collection of rocks and caves in her skull, finishing her once and for all. The corrupted mongrels, having smelled Wenduag's blood, accept Bagunga as their new leader and join the crusade. I mean, it's not what he had hoped for, but it'll do. Next, companion. A Hell Knight walks into Bagunga's command room and asks for help. 3 entire chapters of Hell Knights have gone missing while carrying important documents and prisoners. Regel, being a Hell Knight himself, urges the commander to resolve this as soon as possible. So the party head out to the outpost where they were last seen. They're immediately greeted by a child, who happens to match the description of a cultist prisoner that was in the convoy. So they mercilessly attack this child and ask questions later. Turns out, they were right, and as soon as they strike him, he turns back to his cringe demon form. Thank God. Regel compliments Bagunga for his actions, training him with positive reinforcements like a master would his dog. Deeper into this weird outpost of demon illusions, they come across a hot demon lady named Karanda. She's sitting next to some good-looking food and invites the party to a chat. She wants to join the crusade because she knows that Bagunga is like the coolest and like the most powerful. But Bagunga has been well trained and knows better than to listen to some stinky, poopy head demons. So the party get up and beat her and all of her invisible friends to a pulp.
Distract them for me. Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
Regel once again commends Bagunga on his inability to be sucked in by demon lies. Within the keep itself, 2 wounded demon Hell Knights ask for medical help. They say they retreated in here after a battle with Karanda, but the outpost outside is in pristine condition.
Heads will roll!
Right, what's going on here?
Still having absolutely no idea where the missing Hell Knights are, the party head back outside hoping they'd missed a clue or something. That's when they see all 3 Hell Knight chapters waiting for them outside. Regel, like a gigabrain Chad, turns to the party and reveals that this was all a test to see how susceptible the crusade is to demon influence. Kinda toxic, but okay. All the demons were in fact real, and lured in with the promise of the opportunity to kill the commander of Dresden. Suffice it to say that Bagunga passed the test with flying colors. Regel is happy, and the Hell Knights will continue to support the crusade. Alright, that's it for the companion extravaganza. This one took way longer than expected to come out. Sorry? Also, this game has released its 2nd DLC, and I'm not even halfway through the main campaign. So, to speed things up, I'll be focusing mainly on main story missions from now on. And hopefully, by the end of the fucking millennia, I'll have finished this series. Anyway, if you have extra time on your hands, consider checking out my friends, and the full playlist if you haven't yet. I also stream on Twitch, and post daily shorts to the Naanless Shorts channel. And as always, please like, sub, and gaze upon this extravagant outro.